Toronto's Afrobeat scene didn't just appear overnight. It was built by dreamers, risk-takers, and cultural architects who found a way to balance the rhythm of music with the grind of entrepreneurship. In this city, DJs aren't just entertainers, they're brand builders, promoters, event curators, and cultural translators. They're the bridge between West African heritage and Toronto nightlife. When you really take a look at what's happening in the city right now, you'll see that the most successful DJs have learned to move like entrepreneurs. They understand marketing, social media presence, audience psychology, and even business negotiation. It's not just about playing the hottest tracks anymore, it's about creating an experience that sells. Take any of the top names you hear today, whether it's AJ Styles, Magic Flows, DJ Damager, DJ Havel, or Mendoza. Each one represents a different aspect of this balance. AJ Styles merges his musical influence with real estate and retail. He's a businessman who uses his platform to connect culture and commerce. Magic Flows is known for innovation and brand collaborations, constantly elevating the visual and sonic appeal of events. Damager brings that international flair. He's got the connections and the taste for pushing Afrobeats beyond the Diaspora crowd. Mendoza, on the other hand, keeps his focus rooted in the student community, shaping the next generation of Afrobeats lovers. This balance between art and hustle is what keeps Toronto's scene thriving. Because truth be told, music alone doesn't pay all the bills, at least not at the early stage. Most of these DJs started out performing at unpaid gigs, just to get their name out. But the smart ones learned how to flip that exposure into opportunity. They built their networks, branded their names, and positioned themselves as indispensable to the nightlife ecosystem. Every event they host or play, it becomes a business move, a chance to grow visibility, attract sponsors, and gain loyal fans. They've learned that every mix, every transition, every drop can serve a higher purpose, to make their brand memorable. What's fascinating about Toronto is that it's not just a party city, it's a melting pot. DJs here are catering to an audience that's half African, half Caribbean, with a sprinkle of Latin, South Asian, and local Canadian influences. That means they have to understand multiple cultures, multiple moods, and multiple soundscapes, all while staying authentic. It's a delicate dance between keeping true to Afro roots and satisfying a diverse crowd. That's why you'll see a DJ play Burna Boy, then transition smoothly into a soca track or even an amapiano blend, because they know the crowd demands versatility. This adaptability is a form of entrepreneurship too. The ability to read the room and give people what they don't even realize they want, that's a skill that builds longevity. Off the stage, many of these DJs are full-on business operators. They manage bookings, handle promotions, run social media, and sometimes even throw their own events. They design flyers, manage ticket sales, and negotiate with venues. You could say that in Toronto, being a DJ is like running a startup. You have to wear every hat until you can afford a team. But it's not all glamour. There's stress behind the scenes, late payments, low turnout nights, last-minute cancellations, and burnout from constantly having to stay relevant. The pressure to keep up appearances on Instagram while grinding behind closed doors can take a toll. Yet, this is where the entrepreneurial mindset separates the casual DJs from the professionals. The real ones treat every challenge like part of the business cycle. If an event flops, they learn from it. If they lose money, they double down on brand strategy. They start partnerships, collaborate with artists, and invest in better equipment or marketing. Each setback becomes a setup for growth. And there's another layer, the cultural responsibility. Many Toronto DJs see themselves as ambassadors of African identity. They're aware that their playlists influence how people outside the community perceive Afrobeats. They're not just playing songs, they're telling stories of a continent, of joy, resilience, and unity. This is where the balance between music and culture becomes powerful. Some DJs even go further, mentoring younger ones, creating mix series, or launching podcasts that discuss the evolution of Afrobeats in the diaspora. They know that the movement is bigger than them, and if they nurture it right, it'll outlive them. Now, when it comes to entrepreneurship, it's not just about money, it's about sustainability. A DJ who's smart about business won't depend solely on gigs. They'll diversify, maybe launch a clothing line, start a YouTube channel, or open a studio. Look at AJ Styles with his African store, or how others are partnering with brands and universities for cultural events. It's all part of building an ecosystem where the music funds itself. At the same time, collaboration plays a major role. The best DJs understand that competition only goes so far. Real success comes from unity. That's why you'll often see multiple DJs on one lineup, combining their crowds for bigger turnouts. It's a strategic move that boosts everyone's brand. Balancing all of this, culture, music, and business, isn't easy. It requires time management, consistency, and vision. Many DJs have to work regular jobs during the day and perform at night, sacrificing sleep and weekends. But they keep going, because they understand that passion alone doesn't build legacy, structure does. Toronto's Afrobeats DJs are showing the world how to turn rhythm into revenue, how to use creativity as currency, and how to turn passion into power. They are redefining what it means to be an entertainer in this new era, not just someone who plays music, but someone who builds culture, community, and opportunity. At the end of the day, their story isn't just about nightlife. It's about leadership, resilience, and the determination to make Afrobeats a permanent part of Toronto's cultural DNA. And as more DJs learn to balance the music with the business, the scene will only get louder, prouder, and more unstoppable. So the next time you go to an Afrobeats event in Toronto, look beyond the DJ booth. You're not just watching someone spin records, you're witnessing a living, breathing example of hustle, heritage, and heart in perfect